So that stone there is rhyolite. Sometimes it's called rainforest jasper, depending on what it looks like. And as you can see, even little pieces are often quite hard to get and pretty expensive. So the opportunity came up for me to plan to go to Mount Hay, which is near Rockhampton, and go fossicking for some. But of course the problem that presents is I've got 2 dogs, 5 chickens and a bunch of quail and a bunch of fish that need to be looked after. So the process began of finding a house sitter, someone who I was prepared to hand over the manor and the critters to. Find someone you can trust and go away for about 10 days on a rock hunting extravaganza. G'day folks, Andy here from McDowell Manor. So we're just coming into Eidsvold. Oh good, there's a second-hand shop. It's about lunchtime, so we'll find ourselves a bakery or something. Get ourselves something to eat. It's bound to be a pub and they usually have pretty reliable good meals. Oh, there's a cafe. So I think Rosie said Eidsvold's only got about 1,500 people. So.
In 200 metres, turn right onto Hodgkinson Street.
And there's the sign for Gayndah, Mundubbera and Brisbane.
That was interesting. I've been here. Take the next right onto Hodgkinson Street, then you will arrive at your destination.
Oh, here's another antique shop.
There's a cafe here.
Yeah, we'll have to go there, Andrew. I think it's the only one in town.
Better hurry up, there's a car. Oh, well, there you go. So we'll pull up here somewhere for lunch. Have a squiz at second-hand shops if they're open. That's rather a lovely view. Cows. So next stop is where we're staying tonight. It's a little place called Gayndah.
It's the oldest place in Queensland, the oldest town.
Oh, there you go. Rosie says it's the oldest little town in Queensland. The boss has decided we're going to go to Mundubbera. Since we're not far, we're only 40k away from Gayndah here. Now I've been to Dalby before, but I don't recall Mundubbera. So it's about 1,200 people apparently. Well, looks alright. Boutique, furniture shops, Drake's, there's a grocery store, butcher, a couple of takeaways, a country wares shop, vet. Yeah, it's decent. Ah, there's Mundubbera Pharmacy right next door to the Botlow. And it's just past a barber. Looks like a couple of pubs there. Oh, well, there you go. Well, the Royal Hotel looks alright. Very traditional old Queenslander style building. Nearly missed the Mundubbera mural. Gee, that's a mouthful. Mundubbera mural. Mural, not Muriel. There's a church there, a little old church. Yeah, it was certainly cute, and it's a typical old Queenslander style house with the big wide verandas, and what we often did rather foolishly was where you can see that fibro on the side there has been added. That's closed the veranda in to make more room internally. Isn't it beautiful? More than got their fair share of beautiful old Queenslanders here in Gayndah. Wow. Sort of set up, big wide streets, beautiful. No high rise. So a little historical village here. And I'm thinking that this old house here is probably part of that. Now let's have a look and see what this sign here says. Eidsvold Homestead, originally built 1870. Moved up from here, it was down near the railway station, under restoration. Yep, that's a real one, folks. So that's the Burnett River, which is right beside Gayndah. In fact, Gaynda's up those steps there and you're virtually there. That's a hotel, the Orange Hotel, so named, I believe, for the orange trees. This is the citrus capital of this entire region. Oranges, lemonades, mandarins, you name it. And it's the first developed town. Now, not city, so not Ipswich or Brisbane, but it's the oldest town outside of those two, which is a pretty amazing claim to fame. Now, there was gold mining around there, and I'm thinking there may also be some other rocks, but I can't find a way to get down to that creek to have a look around and see if there's any sign there's some agate. I can see, you mightn't be able to see it, you'll see the ripples down through that tree. That's a duck, I think. Yep. There you go. You know, if I was in New Zealand, I'd walk through that grass down to the bank. But here in the middle of Queensland, you don't go walking through anywhere where you can't see where you're putting your feet. Because there's just too much bloody chances of snakes. And we've got some that possibly aren't the most friendliest 5 snakes on the planet. Let me just word it that way. There you go, the Burnett River. So this is the little town of Gameri. So there's a street goes up that way, shops and stuff. You can see it continues down this way with shops and stuff. I saw a police station down there, and you've got more shops and stuff this way. Actually, I quite like it. It's only about 600 people, I think, but it really is a nice little place. So we're probably about 2 hours out of Brisbane now. That little pumpkin there reminded me, they grow pumpkins and watermelons here. I know they also run beef because I've seen quite a lot of cattle. So that's interesting. That was the old bank building in 1926, but it's now Artisan Soaps, believe it or not. But yeah, no, not a bad little place overall, I gotta say. So here we are, a few hours later, back at the manor. Hello, Benny Booba. Hello, boys. Benny and Bobby. Now we're at home. Rossie's washing up some of these green rhyolites. There's some bloody nice rhyolite in there. That's a nice one, Rosie. The dark green.
Even Bibby's in here checking it out.
Not sure what that's going to be like. She's leaving today, and Bobby has dobbed her in as giving morning treats.
But Benny shouldn't get one because he's had his brekkie, but that's not fair.
Spin. Good boy.
Oh, he's back doing his ballet.
You didn't have your breakfast though. Okay, 1. Only because I'm going, what? Alright, 1 more and that's it.
She's a sucker. They've suckered her. Look at them. They've cued her into guilt.
They've trained her well. give them 10 days and look what they've achieved.
That's it.
So I'm having a first brekkie at home, and it's tuna dip by no one else but Bibby. And I've come to realise pretty quick after her potato soup last night. And this tuna dip. Folks, I recommend you do a raid on her channel. She tells me she's got a Cooking with Bibi playlist. We need to check that out. Here we are washing a lot of that rock. You can see we've got a fairly good range, you know, of the sort of more traditional greeny colours through to whites and pinks, and there's even a dark blue there. It's just a couple of little thunder eggs that will slice open at some stage. So yeah, good collection of stuff, well worth the trip. And I'd say the Redcliffe Gem Club are going to get donated quite a bit of rhyolite, which I'm always happy to do. Especially knowing that, you know, a lot of the kids will get it and stuff. And after all, that's what got me into it, was rocks like this, folks. So hopefully you've enjoyed our trip all about Queensland, seeing what we can see and looking at all the little towns that normally I'd just drive straight through. So, you know, for us that was quite special to be able to stop each night in a little place like that. And I hope you enjoyed it as much as us. Feel free to hit the subscribe button and come along on whatever crazy antics we find ourselves getting up to. Alright, hooroo!